Hi guys, Nothing to Prove here. Today's a beautiful day because any day one can be out on two wheels. It is a gorgeous day. Yep, finally get to ride the Hornet. I actually like this color with the little yellow, although I do like the yellow tank Hornet. There are 4 colors. I'll put them up. Now, brand new bike. Honda's had 8 years to develop this. Why do I say 8 years? 2014, MT-07 came out. Now in 2023, it took Honda that long. So this bike should be near perfect. So the question is it? Yeah, that's what I'm trying to find out here today. Is it near perfect? Because it should be. You've had several benchmarks. Now let's take a look at the chart. We have 2 charts here, a performance group and a budget group. The budget group is where this bad boy fits in. And since Honda has had so long to make the numbers fit, let's take a look to see how well they fit. I have this budget group arranged by weight, and as you can see here, it's right in the middle. Nailed it, Honda. Good job. Although the Yamaha, Kawasaki, and Triumph, and KTM are beating you in weight. You had a long time, most development here. So, not bad with weight. You hit your mark, but look at the power. Very good. 2 thumbs up on the power for Honda there. And also the torque is very good too. Beautiful. But if you notice both RPMs for power and torque, a little higher. That's because this is a little shorter stroke in the pistons. So that's why that's there. Also, what other consistent thing do you see for this whole entire group? Yeah, they're all parallel twins. Unless you want a Triumph or the Suzuki SV650, which is, yes, on this chart too. Even though they stopped making it, but you can get a leftover 22 hanging out there somewhere, anywhere. And that is one of my all-time favorite bikes for this budget group. So now, this is where it fits in there with the power and weight. Take a look at the next chart. Fuel economy. Those of you that are in the market for a middleweight, might be budget, might be, I don't need all the power of a super naked, so give me this. And also it's green. How green is it? How far can you go? And also the generations. If you take it, look at the Hornet generations, they started making this back in 1998, except then it was a 600cc and it was an inline 4, so it's nice and fat, nice and wide. This is nice and thin. It's gone on a diet and gained 155 cc's, actually 156 cc's. So now those are the numbers. How does this powertrain feel on the street? The engine winds up quick. It must be the shorter stroke of these pistons than the other parallels twins in this category. But and the power delivery is smooth, linear, no complaints. Right through the entire rev range. Boom, boom, Honda. 2 thumbs up for this torque delivery and power delivery. Maybe the other guys need to have a shorter stroke. Because I'm loving this. But everything's a little higher, but I don't notice it really. But shifting, and this is a base model, no quick shifter. It loves every single gear that you choose for this bike. It's really great. It doesn't matter. It's this cassette style transmission. It's loving this thing. This whole setup, this transmission and engine are both awesome. Working together. That's why it's getting 2 thumbs up for this. Boom, boom. There we go. Now the speed limit is 120. Let's open her up and see what she will do. Oh man, this wind is terrible. As is with any naked bike. This wind is terrible at this speed. Now the chassis. Showas, of course, it's a Honda. Separate function fork and big piston. Yeah, I liking them. 41 millimeters, 130 mils of travel. And yes, these are, as you can see on the little one, radio mount Nissans there. Yeah. Thank you, junior cameraman. And liking the feel, the feedback with those. And on the rear, a 1-piston Nissan on a 240 disc back here. Also, if my cameraman will come in and show this and that. Yeah, there you go. Thank you, cameraman. Now, how does this chassis, with this all-new frame that Honda designed and developed for this parallel twin, feeling straight? Now, I'm trying this suspension on this road that I always go down, because this is not such a very nice road, actually. It's really bumpy, so I want to see how these big piston forks do on this road. And has Honda settled it in? And the first opinion is yes, they have. They've got this dialed right in. You can hear it in my voice there though. Oh yeah, they've got this dialed in, and I'm right at 80 kilos butt naked, so with all my gear here, I'm probably at 87, 88 kilos, so I'm a $175 naked, so with everything on, I'm probably a $185, and I haven't touched the suspension yet. I don't need to. It's doing very well all by itself. So in the rear brake, I'm loving this rear brake, and you guys know me, I am not a fan of rear brakes. And you can pull a wheelie, even though this has wheelie control. And the front brake, no complaints either, guys. It's firm. Yeah, it takes a little more. They're Nissans, so it takes a firm pull, but no more than any other middleweight budget bike. To be honest with you, I cannot complain. So this suspension, front and rear, and the front and rear brake, nothing to complain about. For the $8 grand that you're paying for this bike, it is well worth every penny you're getting. Now let's finish out the rest of the bike here. Yes, they do have racks here that you can get the Honda racks to put on here for the side cases. These are the semi-hard. Also a top case for the Honda too, and nice fit and finish, I think. Well done, Honda. Okay, thanks, Cam. Seat is kind of small for the passenger, but all middleweight nakeds are. $795 off the ground. Yeah, that was a problem for me. I'm kind of cramped. I need more leg room with this. I would definitely have to get a higher seat. 15.2 liter tank filled up as 190 kilos, as you guys know. Now, how does this weight feel in a little tiny village? In a little village, this thing is a dream, as any middleweight naked is, because they're so light, nimble. But also, this thing is, with this parallel twin, is so narrow, just like the MT-07, and also the KTM, of course, and the others. I haven't been on the Suzuki yet, but in a little village, this thing dips and dives and dipsy-doos and dances around. All it wants to do, you can do. And without thinking, that is a hat trick there. To do 3 things, Honda, and you've done it. All 3 things. With being light, nimble, thin, and everything's just gelling, coming together with this. The only thing that will ruin it in a little village like this is this on-off throttle. But just be in a higher gear, be 1 gear higher than normal, and then it just rolls on and off. A little bit better there. See, look at that. Oh, there. See, that's what I'm talking about, man. The software, it needs a software update. Honda, very simple. Fix that and then this bike is perfect. Coming up to the controls, this looks odd. I've never seen anything like it, but I do like the 5-inch TFT though. This looks beautiful, nice little sheen there and everything. Yeah, standard control over here. The mirrors do work very well. Now what I was doing was I was changing between sport, standard, rain, and user defined. So I liked it right here with full power, engine braking reduced 1, and also the torque traction control or torque control reduced once. And that was pretty good in my humble opinion. But I am liking this TFT for $8,000 and a Honda and a 5-inch full color TFT. Boom, boom, boom. Thumbs up. Way up there. Okay, I'm wondering where Cam went. Oh, he's down. He's down by the water. He's getting deeper and deeper. Okay, overall, guys, I'm liking this bike. My only complaint is the on-off throttle. Honda needs to do a software update. Usually, that's what happens when you do a new bike. New release is they come out with a update later on to fix that on off. That was really hard to get used to, but once you did it, but still it just niggles at you know. So I was just leaving it in a gear or two higher and then rolling on and off, and it seemed to smooth it out a little bit. But other than that little thing, which I think Honda will probably end up fixing, or you guys in the States will fix with a power commander, you know, because they don't have the tooth stuff over here in Europe. You can just change it and fix it there. 2 thumbs way up. Am I liking this? Yeah. Am I liking this better than the MT-07? Ooh, it's competitor. Good question. I like the looks of this better. They're both so similar. I think this has better top end. The MT-07 has better low end. But this has a bigger motor than the MT-07, so it has more power and a little more pull. Of course, the KTM is cheating too. That's almost 800 cc's. So, of course, that's cheating. So that's going to have more power, more pull too. Would I buy this bike for $8,000? Yes, no doubt. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. Honda nailed it. This is refined. It's rare to find a new model that comes out and nails everything and gets it right. The only thing is the on-off throttle, and they'll fix that. So as far as perfect bikes go, this is pretty close to being perfect. All right, guys, hope you've enjoyed this review. As always, guys, ride safe. That's most important. And number 2, guys, ride like there's nothing to prove. Take care. Cheers.